Tag Tuesday, and I'm going to do Winter's Essential Book Tag. I was tagged by Amrita at Amrita by the Book to do this tag. And before the winter is over in my hometown, because we have pretty mild weather, usually spring comes at the end of March, so it was appropriate that I did this tag this week. I will link both the original creator's video and Amrita's video down below. This tag has questions all about winter themes, and the first question is Crackling Fire. Who's your favorite cold character warmed up towards the end? I'm going to talk about a series actually, Anne of Green Gables series. Rachel Lynde, who's the neighbor of Marilla in Anne of Green Gables series, is not very sympathetic and also a bit cold towards Anne. In the other books in the series, she becomes a loving aunt to Anne, and maybe with the influence of Anne, she becomes much more tolerant towards other children and other people as well. Question 2. Snowflakes. What is a book that was full of unique characters? I'm going to talk about another series, but this time a fantasy series. Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, especially the first era. The gang, who's led by Kelsier, has very different and unique characters, as well as they're having different qualities and powers. They also have very different characters. Some of them are more loving and kind, while the others are more cold and calculative. And maybe because of their very different characteristics, they can work very successfully towards achieving their goal in the first book. Question 3. Gingerbread Family. Which fictional family would you want to be a part of? I want to be a part of Bennet family in Pride and Prejudice, but I want to make a clarification. I want to be a distant relative so that I could observe their dynamics, but not really be a part of that commotion and other things. I think I would be very good friends with Jane Bennet because we have similar characters. Although I'm not as romantic as she is, clearly. I really would like to have a talk with all of the sisters, because I will have a different type of enjoyment talking to most of them, and most probably I would get along really well with Mr. Bennet. Question 4. Blizzard. What is a book that had you confused the whole time? Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I didn't really like Alice in Wonderland. I thought the writing style was very confusing, and I prefer the adaptation as well as the graphic novel adaptation, because when I was reading the book, I felt like I was not thinking clearly, which made it very hard for me to read the book, and I could hardly finish the book, and decided not to read the second book, which is Alice Through the Looking Glass. Question 5. Gift giving. What is the last book that was gifted to you? This book was gifted to me by my aunt, because it's a book written by one of her friend's daughters. And it's a genre that I like very much. It's political detective mystery. I cannot wait to read this book and share my feelings with my aunt so that she could pass on this to the author. Question 6. Snowball. What is the biggest book you've ever read? It's not the longest book that I've read, but it's certainly the biggest book that I've read. It's a Sherlock Holmes short story collection containing all of the short stories written by Sherlock Holmes. I finished this in the first half of the year as a part of my project for reading all of the Sherlock Holmes books. I gave this book a high 7 out of 10 because the average was something like I think 7.38 or 36. Wrapping paper. What's your most beat up book? It's this non-fiction book. As you can see, it tore up in half at the end. The name of the book is Reconstruction Following Disaster. This book has a sentimental value to me because this is the book that is like the Alphabet of Post-Disaster Housing, which was my master thesis subject in school, and I was really glad to finally get hold of this book through Amazon. And Amazon was really new at that time in Turkey, so although it is beat up, I will certainly keep this book. Question 8. Christmas Lights. What is a book that you own that has many colors on the cover? I have another non-fiction book which is called İyi Hissetmek, but it's originally in English, and it's called The New Mood Therapy by David Burns. It has blue, yellow, red, dark blue and white both in the front and in the back. I bought this book because my best friend recommended it to me. She said that this book helped a lot to feel better when she was going through a hard time in her life. Question 9. Ice Skating. What is the book that had a plot that was all over the place? I'm going to talk about a book that I gave 1 star to. If I was DNFing books at that time, I would have probably DNF'd this book. The Herring in the Library by Elsie Taylor. This book was a part of a cozy mystery series. I remember really being annoyed with the characters. But other than that, the mystery was so absurd. And also, the chapters did not feel like it was connected at all. So that was the book that I thought of when I first heard the question. Question 10. Christmas Tree. Who's your favorite character of all time? Yes, you can only choose one. Well, I've already chosen a character in one of my top 5 videos as my favorite hero or heroine. Jane Eyre is my favorite character. Her character development throughout the book is incredibly good. I like how strong she becomes at the end. Even though I do not really like her choice in men, I like how she's determined to get what she wants, and how self-conscious she is about her values and her needs. Question 11. The Star. What's a book you look forward to rereading each year? I have to be honest in this question. I do not reread books very often. And I certainly do not read a special book every year, so I'm going to have to skip this question. And question 12 is Snowball fight. We are tagging 5 people. I'm going to tag 5 friends. Emily at Novelle Novels, Laura at Book Bubbler, Christina Campell Books, Katja Weinert, and Sarah at Sadie Reads Again. But if you like this tag and you want to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. You can say that I tagged you. Please comment down below what is the book that you reread each year. Maybe you have one, unlike me. And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I thought essential should be the word of the day. Essential means gerekli in Turkish, and gerekli is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.